And it's gone. Let's talk about the Battleforce pre-order today. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. As always, my name is Jay. In this video I just want to talk briefly about today's Battleforce pre-order. As you know, I did a video earlier about a week ago talking about the Battleforces and their values and which ones are worth it. And today, of course, is Saturday and it's pre-order day for the Battleforces. And it did not go too well for a lot of people. Now, I'm in Canada, and Canada's kind of the last group every pre-order to get access to the pre-order. So at this point, by the time the pre-order happened today, it was about 2 or 3 o'clock my time. And I'd already heard around the world people were not having very good experiences for a multitude of reasons. And so I really wanted to pick up the Orc Battleforce, which the reason why I went specifically for the Orc one is that I felt it'd be a very good addition to my current Orc army, of course. As I said in my videos, I think the Tyranid box set would be a great starter set. 2 of those and you're really having fun as a Tyranid player. The World Eaters one is phenomenal for the start of a World Eaters army. The Leagues of Votann one will be a great starter set and also great additions. A lot of people are saying that they were thinking about it for addition. Orcs would be a great starter or addition to your army. The Astra Militarum, if you really want the 2 tanks, you know, because that's really where the value is. And then the Space Marine one was meh. It was just not too amazing. People thought that it might come in cheaper than the other ones. It didn't. In Canada, they were all $280 Canadian. And it was very meh. It's, just a bunch of jump pack guys and some bikes. So, whatever. But I didn't know how popular the Orcs one would be, but I had heard already that a lot of the pre-orders around the world were, by the time they tried to get into the Games Workshop website, customers were hit with long queues. And by the time they finally got in, the World Eaters one I was told was sold out instantly, basically, along a lot of lines in countries. And then very quickly, the Tyranids, Leagues of Votann ones would sell out, and eventually the Orcs. And in some places, even the Space Marines and Astra Militarum were apparently disappearing, which was a little surprising to me. I didn't figure they'd be the most popular ones. And so there's a retailer that I really do support. I love ordering from them. It's 15% offline, online, free shipping to my house. So I figured it'd be the great one. And I reached out to I know the manager, so I reached out to the manager earlier in the week, and I just was kind of curious, how many are you getting? And they were told, like the independent retailers, right, your friendly local gaming store, not Games Workshops, were basically told not to expect many at all. They were told, depending on which box, as low as 3, depending on which stores you went to, as many as 6. So most stores counted on at most half a dozen of each one. They were not given a lot of stock. And that was the big issue with this particular launch, is that Games Workshop always dances a fine line between printing too many and not enough of a model. And it shouldn't be too hard to gauge for a lot of these ones. My thoughts go back to like the Lionel Johnson release about a year ago, right? It was a limited edition release. They didn't print anywhere near. They could have printed 5 times the number of models that they did. They sold out instantly, and then most of them went to like YouTubers, and I didn't get one. Most of my friends didn't get them who played Dark Angels. One of my friends, I think, did. They were very hard to come upon. And what it does do, it's happened a few times with these releases, it creates a secondary market, which really rubs me the wrong way. I don't like secondary markets, especially for miniatures. Why are people charging 3 times the amount on eBay, right? That shouldn't be cool. It's a miniature, right? It kind of annoys me when people do that. I'm sorry if you do that. You annoy me. I don't like that. I don't like charging 3 times, and I wouldn't pay 3 times the amount, or 4 times the amount, or 10 times the amount for Lionel Johnson. I know eventually it would come out. And so GW did that a few times. They've had that problem with previous starter sets, and then they did it for the Warhammer starter set, the AOS starter set, They did way too many, and they've been on shelves forever. No one was interested in them. They just didn't put out good models, whatever. And they didn't sell out. And so Games Workshop tried to dance that line with the Leviathan starter sets. They tried to make sure that everyone who wanted a Leviathan starter set got one, and that's basically what happened. But if you go to your local Games Workshop or friendly local gaming store, you'll find that they're still on the shelves. There are still boxes on the shelves, which is okay. Because anybody who wants to get into the hobby, it's still a perfect time to pick up the Leviathan box set. You get great value, you get this book, you get a bunch of Space Marine models, you get a bunch of Tyranid models. You can always flip the models you don't use. And so it's still great value, and it's a great starter set. I'm okay with that. And so Games Workshop has been really dancing this fine line. And with these Battle Forces, I just don't comprehend. It shouldn't be too hard to gauge that they're going to be incredibly popular, especially with World Eaters, and the Tyranid one, and Leagues of Votann one. Like, Orcs one I love, as I said, but I don't think it was the most popular. I think it's near the list. It's the middle or less popular one out of the 6. I would say it was like number 4. And so, yeah, and obviously they're tremendous value. So they're going to be very popular. And so, what I did was I heard, well in advance, right, that the people are having nightmares. So of course, I jumped on the friendly local gaming store that I support online the moment that it went online. And so the moment it went live, I bought an Orc Battle Force, checked out, paid for it, got my receipt, got the email, boom, refreshed the page. And by the time I refreshed the page, 3 Battle Forces were already sold out, and the Orcs were only down to 2 left. 2 left. So at that point, the ones that sold out were World Eaters, Tyranids, and Leagues of Votann are sold out. There are 2 boxes left of the Orcs. It didn't look like many of the Astra Militarum or Space Marines were touched, to be honest. But I got mine. And plus, it was 15% off MSRP, so it ended up being in Canadian, like $230 for $460 worth of models. So 50% off is a tremendous deal, especially with the Beast Snega boys that I'm going to have fun with. I can't wait to paint them up. Have a great time painting them. I'm going to paint them probably next year. But yeah, but just for curiosity. So the moment, and it went live about an hour before it went live. It went live for some reason at the friendly local gaming store at a different time than the Games Workshop. So at the same time I went on the Games Workshop website, it wasn't available yet. An hour later, I went on again, and it was finally available. And I got put in the queue. And yeah, the queue was 24 minutes, I think, when I got on. 24, 25 minutes. And I waited. I was kind of curious. I wanted to see what happened, you know, when I finally got through. You know, 25 minutes later, I waited, and surprisingly, actually, in Canada, all the models were still available. All the Battle Forces were still available. It did take a little time. Now, about half an hour later, I got back in the queue just for curiosity again. This time it was 14 minutes in the queue. 12 minutes on that time. Yeah, 12 minutes in the queue on that one. And after 12 minutes, I got onto the website, and at that point, 2 of them were gone, which was, once again, the World Eaters and the Leagues of Votann. No, were gone, yes. And I refreshed it about 10 minutes later. Tyranids were gone. And that's it. I'm filming this video 9 hours after it went live. 8 or 9 hours after it went live. And as you can see by the screen right now, 3 of them are still in stock. Orcs are still in stock. Space Marines are still in stock, and Astra Militarum are still in stock. But Leagues of Votann, World Eaters, and Tyranids are gone. And so they're sold out online. They're not going to be coming back again, and all the gaming stores that I check out are also all sold out. So hopefully some will be getting them in person, that you can go to your local store if you weren't able to get them. This kind of rubs me, again, this also annoys me. Why is a pre-release, things should not be sold out in the pre-release permanently. Now obviously if it's temporarily sold out, if it's so popular, and it's temporarily sold out, and you're going to get it again in a month and a half, different story, right? That makes sense. It rewards those who jump on the website early, but now these boxes are sold out. And so again, I'm worried that I'm going to go on eBay in a few minutes and probably see some for sale, you know, for way too much money. And yeah, you know, it's just kind of, again, annoys me. Why are we creating a secondary market for these miniatures? Just go to the people who want to build them and paint them and play with them, right? It's kind of silly to me to have a secondary market. But again, there was great value in these box sets. They were worth a lot of points. You're basically getting 50% off if you get if you get one from one of the stores that's 15% off. It basically equates to 50% off the MSRP, and you could really buy 1 or 2 of these boxes. I would have, if I had the money, I would have bought 2 box sets today for the orcs, and just had a great supplement to my existing army. I only bought 1. I'm not going to be too greedy, but yeah, if I scrounge some money together, maybe the next week I might buy another. We'll see. I don't want to be too crazy, but yeah, what was your experience overall today? Right? What was your experience? Did you try to get any boxes? Did you successfully get some? Were you in the queue? Were you in parts of the world that you weren't able to get one? But as I said, in Canada, you could have logged in about 45 minutes, an hour afterwards and still gotten some of them, most of them. In fact, even right now, you can log in and still get 3 of them. And if you wanted, I was really late in the queue. My first wait was at 25 minutes, and it did, by that point, World Eaters were still not sold out, or Tyranids, or Leagues of Votann, so maybe there were a lot online, but that's what I was told by a lot of retailers, was that they really focused the stock on themselves for Games Workshop, and the independent retailers were given a very small amount. But again, maybe you can jump to your local Games Workshop, or your local store and still pick up a box. Tell me about your experience. Overall today, I had a decent experience. I was able to pick up my box set for my orcs, 15% off the price, which was great. And hopefully that secures me one. If I want to buy another, I can still go on the Games Workshop website. But if you're a World Eaters fan, Leagues of Votann fan, Tyranid fan, you really had to jump in quickly because the boxes disappeared so fast. So what do you think? Please leave comments in the comment section down below. I'm curious. I want to hear about people from around the world. How was your experience today with pre-ordering these box sets? But going, gone. That's what I'm saying. Stay tuned for more videos, stay tuned for more reviews, and as always, please like the video, comment in the comment section down below, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Please hit that bell so you see every time I put up a new video. Until next time, this is Jay saying, happy painting.